It happened in the middle of a toast. Glasses raised, laughter echoing, the scent of expensive wine hanging in the air. And then, like a scene that tore itself out of a nightmare, I saw his hand slide across her waist, pulling her closer, their faces inches apart. She didn't pull away. I didn't breathe. When his lips touched hers, time stopped. The chatter dulled into static, the candlelight flickered too slow, and my pulse pounded so violently it drowned out everything else. Every person at that dinner froze. Her colleagues, my friends, our families. Everyone saw it. And so did I. He kissed my wife. And she let him. When I finally found my voice, the words left me quiet, almost gentle. "We're done." Then I turned, walked out of that hall, and left behind the life I had spent years building. The night air outside felt colder than it should have. I walked until my lungs burned, until the city lights blurred through my tears. My mind kept replaying the moment. His hand on her waist, the tilt of her head, that half-second of surrender that said everything. It wasn't just the kiss. It was the ease, the familiarity, the fact that it felt practiced. I told myself maybe it was a joke. Maybe I misunderstood. But deep down I knew. That wasn't the first time. The silence of the empty street mocked me. How many times had I ignored the signs? The late meetings. The sudden secrecy with her phone. The laughter she used to reserve for me, now redirected at someone else's jokes. I used to pride myself on trusting her. On being the husband who never snooped, who believed love didn't need surveillance. I thought that made me strong. Turns out it made me blind. 3 hours later she came home. The front door opened softly, like she was afraid of waking something dangerous. "Daniel," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Please, can we talk?" I didn't look up from the couch. TV was off. The room was dark except for the dim glow of a streetlight leaking through the curtains. "Talk," I said, my voice flat. "You mean the kind of talk people have before or after they betray their marriage?" It wasn't what it looked like. Her words cracked. He kissed me out of nowhere. I froze. I laughed. Not a loud laugh. The kind that hurts your ribs because it's trying to push its way past disbelief. "You froze." I turned to face her. "Because it looked like you remembered how to kiss him back." Her eyes filled instantly. "I didn't, Daniel, please. I didn't mean for it to happen. I love you." Understood. The distance between us felt like a battlefield. One misstep and everything would explode. "You love me. You humiliated me in front of everyone we know. I saw how you looked at him." Her silence was the confession I needed. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. "That's the thing," I said. "You didn't mean to, but you did. And you did it long before tonight." She closed her eyes. Her lips trembled. "How long have you known?" That question told me everything. I didn't answer. I just stared at her, and the pieces began to arrange themselves in my mind. The subtle perfume that wasn't hers, the way she started dressing up for work dinners, the sudden shift in passwords. My stomach twisted with the realization that this betrayal didn't happen tonight. Tonight was just the unveiling. "I tried to stop it," she said finally, her voice raw. "I thought it would fade, but it didn't." He made me feel noticed. "You were always distant lately, always tired or distracted." There was the excuse. The soft rationalization that cheaters wrap their guilt in. "I was tired," I said quietly, "because I was working double shifts to help pay off the house. You said it was our dream." Tears streamed down her face. I know, and I hate myself for it. I wanted to hate her too. I wanted to scream, to break something, to make her feel what I felt. But the truth was simpler. I was empty. The next morning I packed a small bag. Clothes, charger, toothbrush. That was all. She followed me to the door. "Please," she whispered, her voice hoarse from crying all night. "Don't do this. Don't throw everything away." I turned to her, eyes heavy. "I'm not the one who threw it away." Her knees weakened. Her hands trembled as if trying to catch words that no longer mattered. I stepped outside before she could speak again. A month passed. Then 2. Divorce papers were filed. Mutual friends stopped calling. The gossip faded, replaced by silence. I found a small apartment across town, nothing fancy, just quiet. I spent nights staring at the ceiling, replaying what-ifs until they dissolved into nothing. One evening I ran into her at a grocery store. She looked different, smaller somehow. We stood in the same aisle, separated by a wall of cereal boxes and unspoken words. She smiled faintly, eyes glistening. "You look good," she said. "So do you," I replied, even though she didn't. There was a pause, awkward, familiar, sad. "He moved to another city," she said softly, as if confessing a secret. He nodded. "Figures. I think about you every day," she added. "About what I did. About what I lost." I exhaled slowly. "You didn't lose me, Emily. You let me go." Her tears came quietly this time. No pleading. No excuses. Just silence. As I walked away, I realized something. Closure isn't about forgiveness. It's about acceptance. Some endings aren't tragic. They're necessary. And in that moment, for the first time in months, the weight in my chest lifted. That kiss had destroyed everything, but it had also freed me. Love built on deceit is a house made of paper. Eventually, the smallest spark burns it down. And sometimes saying we're done isn't an ending. It's a beginning.